Fancy Gap Flyer, Billy Buckshot, and the Blowouts. Well, me and Big Jim was hauling a load of oversized bowling balls out of Cleveland. We've been pushing it hard, living on cold coffee and truck stop jerky for 3 days straight. We hit the Virginia line on I-77, looking to coast down into North Carolina. When Jim looks at me and says, "Hey buddy, you ever feel like the steering wheel is just a suggestion?" I looked at the dash and the air pressure needle was doing a nervous jig. I said, "Jim, we're at the top of Fancy Gap at 6 miles of fog and a grade that make a mountain go quit." He just grinned, spit some red man into a foam cup and said, "Well, hold on to your hat, 'cause the brakes just went on a permanent vacation." Rolling down the gap on a prayer and a wing, listen to that Peterbilt whistle and sing. The fog's so thick you could cut it with a knife. We're hauling bowling balls and we're running for our life, from the Blue Ridge peaks to the valley floor. We ain't knocking, we're kicking down the door. Well, we hit 70, then 80, then 95. The fog was like driving through a giant bowl of mashed potatoes. We passed a state trooper who was parked on the shoulder, and the vacuum from our pass nearly sucked the doors right off his cruiser. Jim shouting into the CB, "Breaker, breaker, clear the lane. We got 40 tons of gravity and a driver with no brain." Those bowling balls started shifting in the back. Sounded like a giant game of Yahtzee played with thunderclap. I looked out the window and saw a runaway truck ramp, but Jim said, "Nah, that's for amateurs. We're going for the record." Rolling down the gap on a prayer and a wing, listen to that Peterbilt whistle and sing. The fog's so thick you could cut it with a knife. We're hauling bowling balls and we're running for our life. Well, we finally leveled out near Mount Hare. The engine was smoking, the tires were melting, and I'd aged about 15 years in 6 miles. We rolled into a way station doing about 3 miles an hour, and every single bowling ball had smashed through the front of the trailer. The DDOT officer walked up, looked at the pile of rubble, and asked if we had our logs. Jim just handed him a crumpled up napkin and said, "Officer, we didn't just drive down that mountain. We conquered it. I just wanted a nap." Catch you on the flip-flop. Catch you on the flip-flop.